Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I've been very busy. I do have a job besides this, but I'm coming in with new content. I hope you love it. Before we begin, I wanted to acknowledge something. I've already spoken about it before, but YouTube has been a little bit naughty and dumped a bunch of ads in the middle of my meditations, and I am unfortunately unable to remove them. I don't even have access to the tab where I can remove ads until my channel is fully monetized. And for me to get monetized, I need 1,000 subscribers. So if you like this content, please subscribe and also hit that liked button, because the more that you like the videos, the more that it reaches a bigger audience. Okay, so in this video we're going to talk about going from an anxious attachment style to a secure attachment style. How did I do it? Okay, so we're gonna start first with talking about the I think it's 4 or 5 attachment styles. I have my laptop here. I'm gonna be reading off of it. And it says anxious attachment, which is what I grew up with. Anxious attachments are for the most part developed in your childhood with childhood trauma. Avoidant attachment, disorganized attachment, and secure attachment. If you want me to go into more detail about each one of these attachment styles in relationships, let me know and I'll make a video specifically talking about it, so that in case you're not an anxious attachment like mine and you want to know what you are, you can learn about it in my video. Okay. So for most people, anxious attachments are developed, like I mentioned, during their childhood. If you follow me, you know that I had a lot of childhood trauma that created a fear of abandonment within me, on top of a few other things, but I would say that was the major one. You know, throughout my life, that just continued to snowball. Every time I would get into a relationship, I would fall in love very quickly, and as soon as I fell in love, I would start to unconsciously push the other person away. What you fear the most is what you attract. So in fear of abandonment, what you fear the most is being abandoned, and that is what continuously kept happening to me. So some of the things that I did to move from that to secure. I will say this, nothing is ever static. Okay? So this is something that I'm still working on a daily basis. It has gotten better throughout the years, but we are constantly shifting states. This is, Abraham Hicks says, you never get it done, right? You're constantly shifting. Energy is always in motion. And with the constant consuming of things all around us, we shift even more. So for the most part, I am secure, and then there are days that some things might trigger me that I have to keep on working on. Okay, but for the most part, the relief, the difference I feel within myself and in my relationship is paramount. Okay, so the first thing I learned I had to do was to self-regulate. Emotional regulation is extremely important for anxious attachments. We go through a lot of fear. We go through a lot of anxiety, as the word says. A lot of agitation. We constantly think that everything is going to lead to abandonment. In the world of law of attraction, law of assumption, we understand that even if we weren't to do anything in the physical realm, because that belief is in you, you're constantly going to manifest that to happen to you over and over and over until you change that belief. One of the most successful ways to emotionally regulate is to heal the trauma, to heal those parts of you. Trauma gets stored in the body. It becomes a block. I know a lot of coaches do not believe in blocks. I will be tempted to say that the people that don't believe in blocks are the people that don't have those type of problems. Because if they had those type of problems, they would be a little bit more understanding. If you don't have the blocks, great for you. But if you feel like you're trying to manifest something and you've been going at it very, very, very hard, trying to manifest something, specifically in a relationship, and you're going over and over and over, and you're constantly the visualization, the affirmations stuff, and you feel like you're not getting anywhere. And the more that you do the affirmations, the more you do the techniques, the more anxious you feel. The worse you feel, that is a sign that you have an emotional block that you need to release. Once you release that emotional block, then your affirmations will sink in. Your visualizations will push out. Emotional regulation. Give to yourself what you want others to give you. Get the trauma out first and foremost, and then trauma out, self-love in. Give to yourself what you want other people to give you. Fear of abandonment is deeply rooted in feeling unsafe. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. It is deeply rooted in not feeling wanted. I am wanted. I am wanted. I am wanted. Not feeling loved. I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. It sounds simple. It is simple. Some people would argue that it's so simple it doesn't work. But it's not the simplicity of it. What's going to create the difference is the consistency of it. It is staying consistent with your practice. And when I say consistent, I don't mean consecutively. I would try to do every day, 7 days a week, my self-love routine. There might be a day where I'm too tired, I fall asleep. That is okay. Because I know tomorrow I'm going to go back and I'm going to pick it up where I left it. That is what consecutively means. It means that doesn't matter how many times you drop the ball, you pick it up again and you continue doing it. Consecutively. Now, persistence. When you get triggered, a lot of the times that you're in the manifesting journey, things will start to come up for you that will trigger you. It is persisting regardless of what is going around in your 3D. It is persisting regardless of what you see, regardless of what you feel. It's understanding the mechanics of how everything works. Understanding that it might be hard today and it might not be as hard tomorrow. because the more that you do this work, the easier it gets. Another big thing about it is, at the same time that I'm speaking all of this, is being gentle with yourself and being gentle with your routine, being gentle with your emotions, being gentle with everything. Your anxiety, your anxious attachment didn't create itself by itself. It created because of something that happened to you. Honor yourself, honor your feelings. Part of the healing journey is going to be accepting what happened to you. And once you're able to accept it, you will be able to heal it and move forward. The more that you do this work, the more gentle and consistent at the same time, and persisting through it all. Going the race. What is it that Agnes always says? The turtle wins the race. If you have to move slow, you move slow. The more that you do this work over and over and over and over, the more that you're shifting from one thing to the next. What you'll notice in your manifesting journey is that there might be days where you feel like you can touch God, even though we know God is inside, but it's just a saying. You feel so high up. It's kind of like when you start to do self-love, you feel so good. You feel all the way up. But then you come crashing down. There's that contrast. What happens is that the more that you do this work, the more that you consistently, it's kind of like you're going up steps, right? You're going up a ladder. So the more that you do this work, the more that you leave behind for longer periods of time, the lower vibrations, the lower state, the anxiety attachment, and the more that you move towards the secure attachment, towards the higher vibrations, towards ease, towards relief. The more that you stay up there, the better it gets. There might still be some hiccups that might bring you a few steps down. But you know that if you stay consistent and you persist, you move your way up, because it's never fully done. You never get it done. There is always a chance to do more and to do better and better and better. And that is what I did. I still do healing. You guys know that I love EFT tapping. I love Ho'oponopono. Those are my two main healing techniques. And then I do affirmations. I love to write down my affirmations because I am a visual and kinetic learner. So I write them down. They work better than just listening. I retain more with the combination of visual and kinetics. I can still listen to affirmations, which I still do every day. But when I have the time, I write it down to give that extra oomph. And you just do it. You make that part of your daily routine. That creates an emotional stability. No big dips. Emotional stability. And the more that you do that, the more that also opportunities start to open up for you. The more that you start to really understand what love is. Because when you're in the anxious attachment relationship style, you think you know what love is. You have a feeling that you think it is. But that love is very distorted because it comes full of anxiety. It comes full of needing, constantly needing that validation, comes full of insecurity. We think that's what love is because that's what we felt our whole life. So when you start to shift from that to a more secure style, you might even question yourself and be like, do I still love that person? Because it feels different. You no longer have those pangs of anxiety. You no longer have that fear. So you might even question yourself. But that is the real love. It is the love that it doesn't have to be so controlled. It is the love of just two people coming together and being able to share beautiful things together. That is the real love. The love that is not based on anything in particular. It is not based on what they can do for you. It is not based on what you can do for them. It is just love. And I hope this video helped you. Let me know if you want more information, like I said before, on the attachment styles. We can discuss more in depth about it. And until next time, bye.